Hello, my name is Lillian Okibe. Welcome to my channel. In my last hair tip video, I told you guys how ginger helps to thicken my hair, and many of you wanted to know how I use ginger in my hair. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I use ginger for my hair care. So if that's something that you're interested in, then please keep on watching. First off, let me quickly share with you guys like different ways that you can possibly use ginger for your hair. After sharing the different ways that you can use it, I'm going to tell you the method I prefer to use and why I prefer to use that method. So the first thing you want to bear in mind when you want to use ginger for your hair is that you're going to need ginger, then you're also going to need a solvent. The solvent can either be water or oil. So if you're going to be using oil, the first thing you want to bear in mind is like how long do you want to keep the whatever mixture you're going to make using your ginger. So if you want your ginger oil to last long, then you want to be using dried ginger. If you use fresh ginger, you're going to have to dry it just to like dehydrate it and remove all the water from it. This will help your oil to last longer. But if you don't mind, if it's something that you want to use like really quick, then you can use fresh ginger. So if you want your ginger oil to last long, then the first thing you're going to do is you can either buy the already dried ginger from the market, or you can get your fresh ginger, grate it or slice it, put it under the sun, or use a dehydrator, dry it, remove all the water from it before you start to use it for your hair. So what you're going to do is you're going to pour oil into like your dried ginger, then you're going to put the mixture in a like glass jar. Just put it in your probably like your kitchen or your kitchen cabinet or somewhere. Cover it, leave it there for at least 2 weeks. After leaving it there for about 2 weeks, you can bring it out, remove all the particles of ginger from it, then you have your ginger oil. Another way to do ginger oil is that you can take your ginger your dried ginger and pour oil into it. You can put as much oil as you want basically. But you want to put oils in such a way that it's going to cover all the ginger. Then you put it in a pot and cook with the lowest heat setting possible. Cook for a few minutes, I would say like about 20 minutes, and then you sieve, and then your ginger oil is ready. You can also use fresh ginger for the boiling method, but your oil will not last that long. So after like I think you probably need to store the oil in the fridge or something, because it's not going to last that long, because most likely you're still going to have some water from the fresh ginger in your oil, and that will make it not last long. So that's if you're using oil as solvent. Then if you're going to be using water, the fastest way to do it is to take your ginger, blend it, add some water, blend it, and then you strain, you sieve the mixture to get just the liquid from it. That's the fastest way to do it. But I feel like when you use heat, it kind of like I feel like you have more nutrients from the ginger in the water when you use heat, like when you use the boiling method, if you're using a liquid, than if you just blend it and take out the juice. You can also use a juicer to make your get your ginger extract. That way you're going to need way more ginger, because like ginger does not really have a lot of juice. So you're going to have to use more ginger if you're using the juicer instead of like a blender and adding some water to it. Then the way I like to do it is to boil my ginger. Like when I first started using ginger, what I'll do is I'm going to like grate my ginger. I normally do not use the skin, but if you want, you can use the skin. Like it just depends. I do not trust the farmers that farm the ginger. I just feel like with the skin you're going to have some probably fertilizer and stuff that that I may not like, so I like to remove the skin. But people say that the skin has so many benefits also. So if you don't mind that, then if you don't mind the dirt on the skin, then you can use the skin. You don't have to remove the skin, but I personally like to remove the skin. So I remove the skin, grate my ginger, and then I make a tea of it, meaning that I put it in water and boil. You do not want to boil, you want to boil on the lowest heat possible, because what you're doing when you're boiling is that you're trying to make sure that you get as much of the nutrients from the ginger, like the shaft of the ginger, into the water. So you want to enrich the water as much as possible. If you use high heat, it's just going to kill all the nutrients in the ginger. Like, well, not necessarily all the nutrients, but most of the nutrients. So you want to make sure that you are cooking on the lowest heat possible. So you boil with the lowest heat possible, then boil for about 10 to 15 minutes. Then you or rather cook for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then you sieve it to get out the ginger tea, and then you can use it in your hair. Just spray it on your hair and your scalp. When you're using ginger, I feel like the most important part to put your ginger is on your scalp, because like I mentioned in that hair tip video, ginger helps to stimulate hair growth from the scalp. It helps to like revive dead or dormant follicles, so you want to make sure that you're spraying it on your scalp. You can also spray it on your hair. Ginger also helps with shine. It helps to add shine to the hair, so if you can also spray it in the hair, but make sure if you are looking for the hair growth properties, then you want to make sure that you're spraying it on your scalp. So you spray on your scalp. You can use the tea as like a treatment. Just spray on your scalp, cover with a plastic bag for at least 30 minutes, then you rinse it out. You can also just use it as a leave-in mist. So spray on your scalp and leave on your hair, like, and go about your day, or apply your style and do whatever you want to do. Or just spray on your scalp, massage into your scalp and things like that. That's how I used to use my ginger, like when I first started using ginger. But now I like to use one stone to kill two birds. If you've been following my videos, my channel, if you've been watching my videos, then you know that I like using DIYs a lot. So my deep conditioner is DIY. So what I do is I use the ginger as one of my ingredients in my DIY deep conditioner. I apply put on my hair, on my scalp. So let's go now and let me show you guys how I make my ginger enriched deep conditioner. This is my preferred way of using ginger, because for the oil, the reason why I do not use ginger in form of oil is that I don't use too many oils in my hair, because that will just make my hair greasy. I already use a lot of shea butter. I already use Jamaican black castor oil. Adding another oil like ginger oil into my hair routine will mean that I'll have to stop using one of them, or probably reduce the quantity of probably Jamaican black castor oil that I already use, and I don't want to do that. So I want to be getting all the benefits at the same time. So that's why I prefer to use the boiling method, where instead of the oil method, because I do not pre-poo. If you've been watching my videos, you know that I do not pre-poo. So the best way that I would have used the ginger would be to use it as a pre-poo or like a hot oil treatment, and I really do not do that. And I want it to be like a crucial part of my every week hair routine. So that's why I choose to use it this way. So we are going to go on now, and I'll show you how I use it. So for the deep conditioner, what I use is aloe vera. Then I also use fresh ginger. So the first thing I do is slice or rather remove the skin from the ginger. Like I mentioned earlier, you don't have to do this, but I just you also want to make sure that before you start the process, you wash your aloe vera and you also wash the ginger with like clean water. So I've already done that. Now I'm just removing the skin. I just like to remove the skin because I just feel like even after washing with water, like I feel like the skin is usually still dirty, so that's why I like to remove the skin. But you don't have to do this. The skin has so many beneficial nutrients that will help your hair, so you don't have to remove the skin. So after removing the skin, the next thing I do is grate the ginger. You can use a blender to grate it. You don't have to use this, but this is just what I like to do because I don't know, I like stress. So but you can use a blender. So I grate the ginger, all the ginger. Just the purpose of grating the ginger is just to like make it easier for the nutrients to diffuse into the water when I'm boiling it. Then after doing that, I go ahead and slice the aloe vera for this exact same reason. Just remove the surface to reduce the surface area so that it's easier for the nutrients to diffuse into the water when I'm cooking it. Next, I pour the ginger into the aloe vera. Basically, you're just trying to put everything in one container. Then I add some oats. This is actually 3 spoons of oats, but like I've been doing this for so long that I actually can use my eyes to estimate how much is 3 spoons. But you can actually just use 3 tablespoons. That's the measurement of what I'm doing now. Then I add some water into the mixture of everything. This bottle is like a 1 liter bottle, so I also use my eyes to like estimate how much water I'm using. But basically I'm trying to make sure that I cover all the both the ginger, aloe vera and oats with water. Then after adding some water, the next thing I do is cook the mixture. You can use a microwave, you can also use a stove, but make sure you are cooking on the lowest heat possible. I recommend using a stove because that way you can like really see what you're doing. So this is what it looks like after cooking. It's still pretty hot. I just took it out after cooking. I actually transferred it into a pot, then cooked on the lowest heat possible. If you don't want to do that, you can use the double boiler method. So what that means is that you put the mixture in a pot, pour some water in the pot, then as you're cooking the hot water, then it's going to be cooking the mixture that you already have in your plate. But that's not the method I used, that I usually use. Next, I take some shea butter. This step is very important because it helps to like boost the moisture of the deep conditioner. So I take some, like that's like a tablespoon of shea butter, and then take my strain cloth, cover a plate, and then I pour the mixture into the strain cloth. The heat of the mixture will help to melt the shea butter, so that will make it easier for it to mix into the mixture, and it's going to, at the end of the day, it's going to form like a uniform mixture. So now I'm just using a spoon to like mix the part of the mixture that is in the cloth, just to make the liquid that flows into the plate flow out really faster, like just to make it faster. Then next thing I do is try to squeeze the mixture, just to try to get out as much of the mixture into the plate as possible. It's still pretty hot, so I ended up leaving it for a few minutes just to cool it before I continue to squeeze out the mixture. You want to get as much of the mixture into the plate as possible because we do not like wastage. Don't want to waste any form of it. Then after doing all that, I just go ahead and mix everything into like a uniform mixture, and this is what it looks like. This is the consistency. It will actually thicken when it cools down a little bit. Do not use it hot. So this is what my hair looks like after I use the treatment. If you guys want to see my full wash day routine while using the mixture, then just watch out for my next video. But this is what it looks like after using it. So that brings us to the end of this video. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed to my channel already, make sure you subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video.